Welcome, my YouTubers. My name is N.Joy. I am a singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, and new recording artist. You can find me on Spotify and all other music platforms as N.Joy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am at the Miss Joy here on YouTube. While you're here, can you do me a favor? Can you go and subscribe to the channel? And while you're at it, click the notifications bell so you don't miss any music videos, any vlogs. This episode today is titled Building a Dynasty: Music, Friendship, and Savannah. We're going to go a little bit more into my restart here in Savannah and how I met Xulu Jones and started playing with him and his band 3 years ago. I'm really excited for you to hear these stories, so stick around. It all really started with this one post here on Facebook. At the end of 2021, I was couch surfing and had completely hit rock bottom. I posted this on the Savannah music scene page and it blew up. I was offering services to play bass for any of the local bands, and it seemed like everyone needed a bass player. And everybody had something to say about this post. It was really interesting and funny, the comment feed that followed after this one silly little post of me and my bass guitar. I had never gotten so much attention on the internet in my life. It was a little overwhelming. I had so many opportunities flooding into my inbox, and I had not experienced anything like that before either. I was having trouble getting back on my feet in Ohio. So these brand new opportunities were so exciting to me. One of those opportunities that came to my inbox was an invitation from Xulu Jones to play with him in his band, Xuluprophet. They had a few shows coming up the next month. I was so excited to play with a band, and since they had just a few shows coming up the next month, I thought, hey, I better get down there. Well, the good news was I was already couch surfing and the Subaru was all packed up with all of my stuff. All I had to do was pick a date and go. So I picked February 13th so I could wake up on Valentine's Day in Savannah as a little Valentine's Day present to myself. I got a little hotel room at the dunes on Tybee Island because it was February and hotels out on the island were a little bit cheaper then. And I took a few days to get my life together. When I say I had nothing, I literally could fit everything that I had in the corner of my hotel room. And I did that. And then I sat across from it and laughed until I cried. I mean, here I was, almost 40 years old. What was I trying to be, a rock star? Now? I felt like I was free falling. But I had this feeling deep down in my soul that I was meant to be here and something was waiting for me here in Savannah. So no matter how terrified I was, I pushed myself to move forward, to get out there, meet people, and open myself up to my new hometown. I first met Xulu here at Forsyth Park, and we clicked instantly, walking around the park and talking for hours. Even though we came from different backgrounds, we clicked on a musical level. We also both knew what it was like to start from scratch. He had had his restart here years before, so he had a lot of wisdom to share with me. And I needed Xulu's brand of counsel. He had this kind of take no shit, know your worth kind of wisdom to share, and I really needed that at the time. Before I left the park, we planned a rehearsal. He gave me his address and he got real serious and he said, okay, now that you have my address, if you just show up at my door for no good reason at all, I will slam the door in your face. However, if you are downtown and some drunk asshole is following you, my place better be the first place you go. You hear me? I knew then that I had a great friend and ally in this crazy city. You gotta love the trumpet player here in the park. I really love this place. I will never forget the first time I rehearsed with Xulu. It was me and another new drummer, and we were just jamming, and we were kind of following Xulu's lead, and he started to slow down and kind of back up as he was listening to us and seeing where he was going to go next. And instead of going and keeping going strong, we kind of slowed down because we were listening to him and following his lead. And he looked around, he looked at both of us, and he's like, "Play, motherfuckers!" I will never forget that. Playing bass with Xulu was a stretch for me. It taught me to lean on my improvising skills at first. When he told me that there would be no real music for the gig at Lattimore and that we would just jam it out together to get, a feel for how we played together as musicians, I was internally freaking out. Before the pandemic, I was playing for a church band, and I always had my music and my set list. I knew what was expected of me, and here I was going into a brand new place, completely blind. But I was finally getting to improvise and jam with a new band. This is what I always wanted, and I'm so glad that I pushed myself to move forward and jam with Xulu and Oshin that night at the Lattimore, because now they're my favorite people to jam with. I had tried so hard in Ohio, and it felt like doors were slamming in my face everywhere I turned. But here in Savannah, it felt like anything I wanted could happen. It was like magic. Everything was going my way, and I was not used to that. I remember driving Xulu home after we recorded our first single together, and he looked at me and he was like, "Man, you have come a long way from that sad, nervous girl I met at the park 3 years ago." And it's true. We've come a long way, me and Savannah. So that's the story of how I met Xulu Jones in my new city, Savannah. I hope you enjoyed some of these stories. They are my favorite memories here. As you can see, I knew exactly who I wanted to collaborate with first on my new EP, and that was Xulu. I wouldn't be the musician I am today without him. Thanks for watching. You can stream my new single, Dynasty, anywhere that you listen to music. We'll put the links in the description. If you liked my stories, don't forget to give me a like here on YouTube and hit me up in the comments. Tell me about your favorite experience that you've had here in my Savannah. I love my home and I love to chat about it. Make sure you check out the next vlog where I dive even deeper into Savannah, its music venues, and how it is the perfect place for musicians and artists to live and grow and work. Bye, guys.